Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. Come to Chicago this week. I am headlining in St. Charles, downtown Chicago in Rosemont, February 21st through March 2nd. And also, the Progressive Comedy Tour is coming to the Gulf States. We're doing Lafayette, Louisiana, Oxford, Mississippi, Pensacola, Florida, and the Big Easy, New Orleans, March 10th through the 13th. April, we're going to Texas. May, we're going to Salt Lake City and Boston, and we're just adding more dates to the East Coast leg in June. New York City, D.C., Baltimore, New Haven, Connecticut, and we just added Philadelphia. Join us, folks. You come to the live shows. It's a great experience. I get to meet you in person, and you get involved with all the other progressive activists in your community. It's more than just a stand-up comedy show. It's a way to get involved and meet other progressives, because I know we all feel a little alone sometimes, like it's all collapsing and what are we going to do? And there's others around us in our community, and get involved. And coming to our shows is a great way to do that. And also, watching a graphic on a television screen is a great way to get involved with graphics. This is shocking. Democrats cave on something. Democrats cave on war powers in Yemen. All right? So this is what the Democrats do. Should we be shocked at all? But this is what they did. Remember, there was that like glimmer of hope in December about we're going to pass this bill to get us out of Yemen. There's finally getting some conversation. You know, we had a democratically controlled Congress. Even though the Senate is still Republican, we're gonna get this done. Oh, that's right. Democrats profit in like war too. They get bought off by the Saudis too. Oh, darn it. I'm so shocked. The Democrats usually are so great. Oh, that's right. There's no anti-war movement on the left. Where is it? There's Code Pink and Medea and her crew. They're badasses. Where's the left? There's us. We got to get loud about it. We got to get loud about it. The military is the #1 polluter of the environment. So imagine if we took our military, who's all over the world, bases all over the world, and it was actually, we used it as part of the Green New Deal to implement all of these things to save the planet. No, we just want war. Last Wednesday, the Democrat-controlled House of Representatives passed a war powers resolution introduced by Representative Ro Khanna to end U.S. involvement in Yemen's bloody civil war between the Houthi and Saudi-led coalition forces. The measure's success was not unexpected. Public pressure had been mounting for months, and in December, an identical resolution put forward by Senator Bernie Sanders had made it through the GOP-controlled Senate. What wasn't so expected was that the Democrats, who hold a 38-seat advantage in the chamber, would allow, even help, the Republicans to get the legislation. They put an amendment in there. They gutted it. That's what they do. The original Khanna-Sanders resolution took specific aim at ending U.S. intelligence, refueling, and logistical support operations conducted with the Saudi-led coalition, which have enabled America's allies to wage brutal campaign in Yemen against civilians and militants alike. Already a compromise, a testament of the Senate battle, it contained language exempting joint operations with Israel and expanding presidential authority to conduct the war on terror. There it is, gang. War on terror. Right? Oh, terrorism. We got to go do awful crap. We got to steal resources. We got to murder poor people. War on terror. War on terror. Terrorism. 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 Why don't we spend more money on the Green New Terrorism? But we could have Medicare. Terrorism. I don't think the private prison. Terrorism. Oh, Jesus, you sound like a psychopath. Still, it represented the first tangible step towards ending U.S. involvement and complicity in war crimes that ostensibly is ongoing genocide. All right, great. We took a good old-fashioned, incremental, centrist step. It's better than nothing, but this is what we have to do as progressives. Because who's going to do it? Who's going to gut us? The amendment that exempting joint operations with Israel and expanding presidential authority and conduct of the war on terror. We can't call Saudi Arabia awful. The amendment introduced by Representative Ken Buck, a Republican from Colorado, added language to Khanna's legislation enshrining President Trump's authority to continue intelligence sharing operations with allies he deems appropriate with no check from Congress. The Founding Fathers created a government by the people, for the people, that had checks and balances. The executive, the representative and judicial, the three branches of government, all checks and balances. That's why we have this system, so no president could become a king, a despot. No. The last time a president went to Congress for approval for war was World War II. We didn't need one for Korea. We didn't need one for Vietnam. We didn't need one for Grenada or Kosovo or any of these other ones. Just war, 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 war. Whoa, terrorism. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm so sick of this fucking war bullshit. Go fuck yourself. The John Bolton, Fox News assholes of the world. Fuck off. After it passed the Senate in December, the original War Powers Resolution died in the House without even so much as a vote. Then Speaker Paul Ryan introduced an amendment to the annual Farm Bill, stripping it of its privileged status under the 73 War Powers Act in the middle of Vietnam. Another bullshit war we shouldn't have been in. That was just for corporate profiteering and imperialism while American sons went there and lost their lives or came back wounded or PTSD. 1 million Vietnamese died. Awesome. Great. War Powers Act. Democrats had the numbers to stop it after 18 Republicans crossed the aisle. Oh, look at that. And they could have done so without killing the whole Farm Bill. But then Minority Whip Steny Hoyer failed to whip the votes. 7 House Democrats broke ranks, giving Ryan a narrow victory. Nice work, Steny. Boy, those Democrats, they fight for us. They're going to resist Trump. They're going to lead with their values. I just bought Kamala's handbag, and that's going to fix it. I mean, her clothing line, her merch, is what's going to save this country. Absolutely. This time around, however, the sting is most assuredly worse. Despite their advantage, large enough to force through any legislative item without bipartisan support, House Democrats couldn't even pass the same War Powers Resolution the GOP-controlled Senate passed in December without first watering it down. Ironic. Let me read that again. House Democrats. The Democratic Party controls the House of Congress. Republicans control the Senate. Couldn't even pass the same War Powers Resolution the GOP-controlled Senate passed in December without first watering it down. They couldn't even do it. They had no balls. They have no stones. The Democratic Party is the worst. While U.S. lawmakers deliberate, Yemen is in crisis. The civil war, which began in 2015 under Obama's watch, hope and change, created a humanitarian crisis. After this asshole got in a war with this other asshole, and this president had erupted into a sectarian bloodbath, religion, organized religion, murdering more people than anything else. The violence has claimed a shocking 80,000 lives by some estimates, and hundreds of thousands more have died of starvation and disease. Millions are in immediate need of humanitarian assistance to countries. We've done the blockade. It's awful. Let's just read these names. These fucksticks. These are all the Democratic fucksticks, and they're fucksticks that voted for this. So while there's people dying in Yemen, Cherry Bustos, Anthony Brindis, Gil Cizinos, Lou Correa, Angie Craig, Henry Cuellar, Joe Cunningham, Antonio Delgado, Abby Frankenauer, Jaron Golden, Josh Gottenheimer, Josh Harder, Elise Hastings, Katie Hill, Kendra Horn, Stephen Oxford, Chrissy Houlihan, Marcy Kaptur, Ann McLean Custer, Andy Kim, Connor Lamb, Susie Lee, Dave Lozenbeck, Elena Luer, Stephen M. Lynch, Ben McAdams, Lucy McBath, Jason Crow. We lost one name because it was too big. I couldn't do a screen cap. There's 57 names. Cynthia Axe, Sharice David, Seth Moulton, Maxine Waters. She's big resistor. She resists Trump. Oh, thanks, Kat. Katie Porter. Oh, I get her emails. Abigail Spanginger, Kathleen Rice, Joseph Morrell, Stephanie Murphy, Tom O'Halloran, Jimmy Panetta, Chris Pappas, Colin Peterson, Dean Phillips, Max Rose, Howley Roundup, Paul Ritz, Raul Ruiz, Bobby Rush, Kurt Schrader, Kim Schreier, Bobby Scott, Brad Sherman, Mickey Sherrill, Elisa Slotkin, Haley Stevens, Sochi Torres Small, Jeff Van Drew, Jennifer Wexton. All Democrats, all different states, most diverse Congress in history. Had it. All they had to do was vote for it, and they had to water down their own bill. They don't even need the Republicans to join them. Suck it. Sell out whores. That's what I'm reading. So diverse. What a diverse group of sellouts. Thank God we got some diversity here, so now we can trick ourselves into thinking we've made progress. We haven't made any progress. This is the corporate state. These are the oligarchs and the kleptocracy. This is how they operate. We can do oh, yay, they've all got yay, diversity. This was in Paste. Reached out to all 57 people. One person responded. The responses of those, we reached out to each Democratic representative who voted in favor of Buck's amendment for comment. The response of those who got back to us are included below. Lou Correa, I firmly believe the United States must maintain strong cooperative alliances to effectively fight terrorism around the world. That means sharing information. He forgot to leave out and let 120 kids die every day in Yemen. I think maybe that got lost in the email. That means sharing information, but information sharing is a two-way street. We need partners who can shut the fuck up, you sellout cocksucker. Fuck these assholes. I'm so fucking sick of the Democratic Party's bullshit. We know the Republicans are evil, warmongering cocksuckers. Fuck these dicks. Here's the list. The link to the show notes, it's the link to this article. If any of these people are your representatives, tell them the political vigilantes said they're cowards. Call them up and say, I think you're a coward and you support war. I think you're a weasel. You're a cowardly weasel. You don't have the balls to vote for true peace in a Congress that you control. Thanks for watching. Support the show because you know who's not going to read this list? They're not going to read this list on CNN or MSNBC. Is Rachel Maddow going to read this list and cry about Yemen? No. She's too busy because Russia got inside her hairdo. Support the Patreon, guys, because this is why you get your news on YouTube. Because those soulless fucksticks in the whorehouse that is our government and the corporate media. Send them some knee pads. Say thanks for sucking the war machine's dick. Can you do that for me? And then support my Patreon because I appreciate your support so I can do news that the gutless pimps that run the 5 multinational conglomerates that control 95% of the message that the oligarchs push out. Thanks for watching.